2/3 of U.S. citizens now live in a state where marijuana is either legal or decriminalized. These days in Colorado, there are now more legal dispensaries than Starbucks, which can make it pretty confusing if you're a drug-sniffing dog, especially marijuana. And with those changing times, new dogs being trained without some of the old tricks. Here's NBC's Gardy Schwartz.
They're the four-legged force that do what police officers and DEA agents can't: detect drugs by scent alone. So why is Mikey here being trained not to detect marijuana?
We have phased out the dogs that were trained on marijuana, and now all new dogs that come in are not trained on marijuana unless they're for school searches or for jails, those kind of things where it's still illegal. Go to work.
That's right. Changing drug laws are pushing police departments to think differently when it comes to training canines. The reason? Courts have ruled that in cases where a defendant possesses multiple drugs, there's no way of knowing if a trained dog's positive hit is on a hard narcotic or on now legalized marijuana.
Was that kind of a bombshell for you guys?
It left a lot of us scrambling because in one way it's a good thing because it's taking out the ambiguity of the law. But in the other thing, a lot of the smaller departments here in Colorado and all over the U.S. have not been prepped for this.
The first case is now before the Colorado Supreme Court, where a final ruling is expected in early 2019.
You don't want to jeopardize larger cases with the really hard drugs like the meth and the coke and those kind of things just because your dog is trained on marijuana.
For Officer Brian Loss, that means transitioning Beaker here from partner to pet.
Okay.
You think he misses it?
Oh, God, yes.
And while some form of marijuana is now legal or decriminalized in 33 states, not all of them are following Colorado's path towards retirement and narrowing training for new dogs.
When you look at the amount of finances that a department has put into these dogs, it's a huge commitment. So we tell them, don't jeopardize that commitment. Don't train them in marijuana.
All right.
Loss's new partner, Rudy, was trained tactically, which I got to experience firsthand.
Oh, good job. Work him. Make him work.
And in narcotics.
That's his alert.
And this means that he's found the drugs.
Free. Good boys. Yeah. That's a boys. Good job.
And he does it all for the toy.
All for the toy.
While Beaker is still adapting to his retirement.
What does retirement look like for these dogs?
They still have this heart. And when I go to work with my new dog, he'll see me, he hears me put this belt on, he's at the door whining. He's ready to go. It's really, really hard. But at the same time, they're like our children. So when we retire them, I know that I get to take care of them. Good job.